read a book about basic physics. Right now, before we learned about
Dylan, you want to sit in the bed?
What about density? Density times weight equals volume.
No, you fix.
If you want to be part of our thing, smash a like and subscribe. If you like,
Can you move your leg? They can't.
if you want to grow with science and learn, hit the like and subscribe button. And the more likes we have, the more you'll help other people. So you want to help others and learn by Dylan, the science guy.
Science guy.
Science guy. Can I hold? Okay, so Mercury has a density of 3.6 centimeters third and a mass of. What is a mass? What is the mass of 1 cubic centimeter of a mercury? What is the block of measures 15 centimeters by 15 centimeters by 30? What is the volume of 5,000 kilograms of ice? 13.6. And show you the solution. 15 centimeters multiplied by 15 multiplied by 30 centimeters equals. So it's saying that 13.6, and it says that 15 and is the mass that leads the blocks that lead their measures. They're telling you to multiply. And that equals because mass times weight equals volume. So you multiply these to get the solution. That's 6,750. And then you multiply by 11.3 for some reason. Because right here, the lead is 11.3, or 11,300 for density, and 3.6 is 13,600. So they're just telling you that you got 6,750, and 11.3 would be 11,300. So this would be, you multiply this by 17.275. With grams, you multiply by 1,000. So then you multiply by 1,000, you get 11,300. So then this would, you add 1,000. So this would be 76. It becomes a million. So you put a point 275. Get it? No.
I get it. Get it.
To stop you. The specific gravity of a substance is often listed in labels instead of the density. Specific gravity in the defined as a ratio in density of the substance in question of density of water. The density of water is 1.00 grams /sm3. If the density of lead is 11.3 centimeters, then the specific gravity of the lead is 11.3, and that
Dylan, can you point to it so our fans can see it? No, point to it. Like which one it is.
Okay, so this is where we left off, 11.3, because 1 gram over centimeters equals 11.3. The substance is always numerically equal to the density in gm/sm or centimeters. So you might have a lot of questions, but they're just math. They said the gravity of lead is 11.3. The specific gravity is always numerical. The word numerical means number-wise. So if you had a question. And however, the specific gravity has no units of its ratio. A ratio is a number of between two. Like 5 kids, the ratio of kids have lunch boxes and the ones that get paper bags for lunch. Now the total amount of force on an object is critical factor. Factors are used in multiplication, but we're not talking about that math factor. We're talking about factors. Other types of things that you use, like a ladder. The word ladder, not ladder. Ladder is a word that means you can compare two things from another. For example, you stack 2 blocks. You stack 2 or 3 blocks on your head without feeling pain. But if you put a tiny bubble between the bottom book and your school, the sensation will be very unpleasant. And the factor of the force is divided by the area of the force that's applied, or pressure. It's saying that in a certain area, if you give a little space, a tiny pebble between the book, it's more weight, so it can press down on your school, and that might not be very pleasant. Many solids can be deformed, but will return to its original shape. Okay, so up to page 90 for today. Okay, is a measure of how well it returns its original shape. According in the definition, that steel or elastic rubber is easily deformed into an original shape or more than does rubber. Hooke's law states that amount of deformation produced by force is proportional to the amount of force. Elastic objects obey to Hooke's law perfectly. A steel spring is close enough to perfectly elastic that we can consider it is so long and is stretched too far, so you put 4 newtons. Newtons is another way of showing force, and in Newton's law it shows that newtons equal kilograms times newtons, because newtons are basically a way that Newton discovered weight as. F equals K times X. That's Hooke's law. F is the force applied, K is the constant spread, X is deformation. Now it's showing you answers. The atoms in the crystal are regular in shape. So they're saying 3.8 kg equals 3,800. Because whenever you have a kg and you turn it into a g, you get to multiply by 1,000. Especially using mass and volume that you must learn in school. The liquid is distinguished in solids and flows. And actually, we're going to stop it for today. Thank you for doing the show.